thank you all so much for stopping by today. So, y'all, it's a little bit windy. I have been in and out of this sweater, but today I want to share with you a project that I have been working on probably for about, I would say, about the last 2 to 3 weeks, because we had some things that we had to do. We had to go out of town. And so I worked on them little by little. Now, if you've been following us, you have been seeing little snippets and little shorts to what we recently got in the mail. But now I'm trying to put everything together. So I've started this project, but I still got so much more that I need to plant. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, y'all. So let me just kind of give you a quick recap, and we won't keep this too long. But a few weeks ago, I had got my David Austin roses in, and I ordered quite a bit, and I have quite a bit more to plant. But what I did was I just potted them up in like the regular nursery planters just to get them out of the box and planted. But this project has been going on probably for about 3 weeks now because I had to go out of town. I just came back. It's just been a whole bunch of things that's going on. So I was working on it little by little, which is why I didn't take y'all along on like the entire process. So if I got like an extra hour or an extra 2 hours to come out and work on this, then that is what I did. Okay, so a few weeks ago, y'all, I went to one of my favorite greenhouses that I always tell y'all about, and I'll link that video. And the mission there was to get, I got to be careful, the garden girl, because they have the bird girl, they have the garden girl. So this is the garden girl. And in our last garden in Savannah, we had the garden girl, but I left it. And so I didn't realize it would be so hard to come across what I needed. So I went back to the greenhouse, and they only had two colors, because normally I get the concrete. They only had two colors. And so I had to choose one because I really wanted her, and I had planned her in the section of the rose garden. So went ahead and got it, and I think it worked out well because it'll be nice against the white fence. And so this is going to be our new area. Now, again, y'all, I ordered so many David Austin Rose, more than what I think I needed. But during the month of December, they were like pre-order. And so that's what I did. But we will have them placed all around the garden. But right now, I'm going to show you the 3, 5, 7 that we've put here. And then I know that these are going to grow and get bigger, but I wanted some filler plants. And so that's what I was doing. And I got to thank Chris because he helps me to edit. And I don't know if he's doing that, so I won't keep picking up stuff. But I do appreciate him helping me edit this out because I had some stuff that I was going to do right here. And he was like, no, I don't think that's good. But I do want you to stick around because I want to show you something that I just picked up that I think will help it look a little bit fuller until everything starts to grow in. And then I know I'll probably eventually have to move it. But for now, we'll use that just to make it look nice until everything grows. And then, y'all, this spearmint right here, I have been slowly but surely like just picking it out because I've dried so much spearmint. Like I've dried a lot of spearmint because it was growing out. And if you're new to gardening, if you plant any type of mint, spearmint, peppermint, I highly encourage you to plant it in a pot because it spreads underground by rhizomes and it will really take over. So that's one of the reasons why I put the weed fabric down to just kind of smother it out. But we still have this along the fence line, which is totally okay. I mean, I grow it, but I just grow it in pots. And so this was here when we got here. And really quick, normally I don't put the edging, but I will share with y'all in another video. One day Chris was weed eater happy, and so he cut some of my daylily. So I wanted to get this edging to make a clear distinction on what to cut and what not. But I did tell him I'm going to keep up this area myself. I have my own little battery operated edger slash weed eater, so I'm just going to keep this tidy myself because I'm telling y'all, when he gets started with power tools, you gotta watch him. And I was inside cooking, and that was probably the day that he cut down the tree we didn't talk about. Like he just he gets excited, I guess. But he did help me edit out some things, and so I'm going to show you what we're going to put in here at the end. But let me tell you the types of roses that we ordered that are in this section now. So when I started to plan this out, I wanted to create like an ombre effect of colors. And so they go from a dark pinkish to a light pink to a white. And so that is what I wanted to create. And then we have some plants here that as they get bigger, I may have to dig them up and move them. But until it starts to fill in, I just didn't want it to look so bare. These should be okay right here. These were like the last additions because I wanted something that was low growing. And then I wanted it to be a little, I wanted it to be lighted out here, and so that is what we went with. And then we went with the brown mulch. So let's talk about the different types. And I am going to try to flash up pictures so you can get like a visual of how it will look once it continues to grow and mature. And most of these roses here are going to be like 4 feet high, 4 feet wide. I think the ones in the middle are more of a 3 feet high and maybe 4 feet wide. I mean, there it's kind of like a stair step. And then the containers right here, these roses, they have a section in on the David Austin Roses websites, like the different roses that are good for containers. So let me go ahead and let me break it down for you. So back here we have 3 roses. And again, you have to be careful because I know it looks bare, but you have to think about the mature growth, because you don't want to plant them too close. And I know it's like, wow, that's far apart, but these are about 4 feet apart. So on these two ends, I have the James Austin roses. And then in the middle, I have the Gabriel Oak rose. And these are all like a darker pink color. Now, right here, I have the Olivia Austin, which we grew in the old garden. So we have one on each side. Let me get around here so y'all can see. So we have 2 Olivia Austin, which is like a regular pink color. And then these right here in the pots are white. These are Winchester Cathedral. Now, I have to get in here because what I did with the weed fabric is I cut holes out, but I see weeds that are popping up, or shall we say plants that I don't want there that are popping up. But this is the salvia, so it's going to come up purple. Let me walk in here so I can show you the tag. So this is the Victoria blue salvia, and it's going to get about 16 to 20 inches in height. But you see the spikes on here, so they're going to be the spikes of purple. So we've added, so right now we have pink, purple, and white in this area, which are all my favorite flower colors. But y'all are going to be so proud of me this season because I am starting to add reds and oranges and yellows in as well. It's not that I don't like those colors. I like all colors of flowers. It's just I feel more drawn to those colors of pink, purple, and white. And so right here, I wanted some filler. So I know you can't see it, but we did a haul not too long ago, and these are daylilies that are coming up. And they look like this because I got to go plant the other ones because they were in the bag and they needed to be, they needed light. So they're like a light color. So we have these here, but this one is coming up and I alternated. It's a dark pink and a light pink color, and then I have one right here that's going to come up. So this side is a little bit narrower and this side is a little bit wider. I really just kind of freestyled it. I'm just going to tell y'all right now. I freestyled this area because remember, I told Chris before it's all over, you're not going to have too much grass to cut back here when it's all said and done as we continue to build. And so the other day, this was not on my list. I was just looking for a filler plant. And my purpose, I really was going for the Dusty Miller. That's what I went for. But I saw these candy tufts right here. This is by Monrovia. And y'all, they were so bright and so white and so welcoming. And they only get about 4 to 6 feet in, no, 4 to 6 inches in height, but they spread about 12 to 24 inches. So I figured this would be like the ground cover in front, maybe about 4 to 6 inches high. Then these are going to, the daylilies are going to start to come in. It'll be kind of like a feathery look. And then we have the Dusty Miller that's going to also spread and come in. So if you're new and you're not subscribed, go ahead and tap the subscribe button because, like I said, it always looks a little bare when you start a new space. But over time and over the years, they're going to start to grow. And I want to take you along with me. Also, really quick before I show you what we're going to put here, just to, jazz it up a little bit because these are the solar lights and they do come on at night and they look really nice. But I have some cone flowers. These are the double scoop cone flowers. They're raspberry, which is like a dark pinkish red, to go with the flowers, the roses that are in the back, the James Austin and the Gabriel Oak. And then we have, okay, we got raspberry. Oh, what was the other one? Okay, it is like it's a light pink. I'll tell you that. It's a light it's a light pink color, but they look small now, but they're going to get about 20 inches in height as well, with about a 12 to 18-inch spread in width. So I think that will be a beautiful look, like the spikes and then the cone shape of the echinacea plants. So let me show you what we have. Just right, this was all in my head, y'all. But what I can tell you really quick is just looking at the journal from the David Austin roses, and I will link at least one video of the ones that we had in Savannah. They grow pretty quick. Like once they start growing, they really start to grow. And so right now, since these were what's considered bare root, is they came just without the leaves. um, they are starting to put on the leaves, and I know that we may not get a whole bunch of roses, but I just have been really pleased with David Austin. I have bought some other roses, the cathedral bells and something in Paris that I'm trying out as well, that we got from the local garden center. But from experience, I can tell you that the David Austin roses, they're tough roses, they're beautiful roses, and they're fragrant roses. Y'all remember I shared with you that I was never a fan of roses because I always thought about the grocery store roses. They didn't have a smell and they were just all the same color. And some, just one year, because I tell y'all, I always try to grow something new. I had heard so many people talking about David Austin roses. So one year I said, let me just get two. And ever since then, I have been loving them. And I said to myself, this is what the people are talking about when they're talking about roses. So let me show you really quick what we're going to put here. And then that will be it for this area, since Chris has helped me edit it so that I just don't get too too out of control with this area, and then we'll just start working on something else. So as usual, y'all, I can't tell you how many minutes have passed, but I have moved these so many times. And I do that because I walk from all different directions and I want to see how it looks. And I may move it again. But let me turn the camera around and show you what we have, just to add a little nice ambiance to this area of the rose garden here. I don't know what I'm going to name this rose garden, but we're going to name her something. Maybe we'll say the Garden Girl Rose Garden because, again, we got so many roses that we need to get planted, but this is like the first phase of one of the rose gardens. Okay, y'all. So do y'all see these? These are solar powered globe lights. We got these from Hobby Lobby. Right now they have them, they have the whole spring shop on sale for 40% off. Now we have these in another part of the garden, and I just really like the glow and the ambiance that it gives. Now, at first I had them spaced out quite a bit apart, and I pulled them up, then I walked to the side. So right now, just for now, oh, I got to turn them on too. Okay, so for right now, we're gonna put them here. So they'll kind of illuminate the garden girl. But if I don't like them right here, so it'll kind of be like a walkway with some lights, the step lights. And then once these purple spikes come up, I'll see how it will look. I may move them out a little bit further, because that's where I had them, kind of further out. But they just looked so lonely over there. So we'll see how that looks. So that is what we have growing right now in the new rose garden. And again, it took me a little while, and it's okay, y'all, to make changes, because I still may make some changes, but this is what we have, and I just can't wait to see like the darker pink, the lighter pink, the white, all growing together. And then once these start to grow and come in, it's really gonna fill in pretty. Like I can just see it in my head right now. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, tap the subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next video, bye bye.